All right, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the Level Up Masterclass. I am super excited to be here today. Got my amazing offspring here with us, and talking about decision and mindset today. Decision and mindset, two of the most powerful subjects I think that we can teach, and these are not taught in school. So make sure you're blowing up the chat. Let us know where you're coming in from. Also, make sure to remind people that are in your teams that we're live right now. Maybe go live, host a masterclass, get it going, get it going. Madison and myself, we love to do these classes for free. We love to give this information out for free to get people going. And today's going to just be really, really impactful as we get into mindset. Probably my favorite subject. So I like to start a lot of my webinars when we do mindset with the story of the fly. And some of you have seen this before, but some of you have not. And I love this story because we've all seen this, right? We've all been in our homes. We've all seen flies buzzing off the windows and just like buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. And then you see an hour later, the fly is dead on the windowsill, right? It's just trying to do the impossible, physically impossible. And this, to me, represents like 97% of humanity, right? We get so pigeonholed and like work hard or, do the same thing over and over again that we don't see the obvious solutions all around us. I went from being an engineer to an architect to a builder to a business startup guy to a CEO, and I'm always pivoting and shifting and looking 360 degrees around me. But the average person, we're not conditioned to do that, right? We're conditioned to work harder. You got to work hard. You got to grind, and then people are in traditional businesses and they're not creating multiple revenue streams. They're not seeing the new revenue streams. I mean, there's 15-year-old kids making $50,000 a post on TikTok. So think about this, right? Especially if you're a little older like me, and you get some salt and pepper in the hair, and you're kind of stuck in your ways and in your traditional thinking. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. So don't be like the fly. In this picture, you can see the fly, if it just shifted its awareness, could literally achieve its goal, which is about 12 inches below when the window's open. So when I'm driving on the highways, this is what I look like I see, right? I see people frustrated in their cars, all pissed off. They're driving to jobs they hate, and it's not their fault. I sympathize with these people. I empathize with them. And this is why we created Level Up and the Mindset Masters, service to many, right? We want billions of people to get this information. I can't believe that this information is not taught in schools. So instead of just bitching about it, Madison and I decided to do something about it. That's where the Mindset Masters came from, right? No one left behind. But I see this. I see people that are angry in their cars and they're driving around all pissed off. It's like nobody's teaching them how to live a heavenly life, how to create a life of freedom and just doing what they love. We're going to teach you that here today. We're going to teach you how to create a life that you don't need a vacation from. Right, and the fact of the matter, guys, is why I talk about mindset so much is wealth is 95% mindset, right? It's only 5% what you do, whether it's real estate or network marketing or investing, or if you're a CEO or a lawyer or a doctor, it's only 5% what you do, and it's 95% mindset. I want you to think about this, right? You can be a stock trader like these people here, or you can be a stock trader like Warren Buffett. Think about that. The only difference here is mindset. What's possible? What's realistic? Well, $37 million a day in dividend interest, that's what's realistic to Warren Buffett, right? But the average person wouldn't even dream of something like that. Now, we all have the same equipment. Everybody has a conscious and a subconscious in the body, and you can do all the same things, right? You can be in real estate like these people here, or you can be in real estate like Grant Cardone. I have some people we're working with. I'm thinking of Yun and Matt right now. And their short-term goal is to get to $108 million in residual income off of a real estate portfolio. But 12 months, they weren't thinking about that, right? 12 months ago. Now, if Grant Cardone can do it, you or I can do it, right? It's mindset, mindset, mindset. And I know a lot of you guys are coming in from network marketing companies, right? You can be a network marketer like these people here. There's over 150 million network marketers and growing. Or you could be a network marketer like Alex Morton, right? 7 figures a month. I think he's still in his 20s, and he trains in the exact information that we're teaching you here in Level Up. Think about that. Think about that. This young man is 7 figures a month in his 20s, and his mindset is the same as what we're going to teach you here. We're going to give you the exact blueprint and the keys to learn and think and act and operate like Alex, right? So mindset, mindset, mindset. Now, the problem is when we talk about mindset, how do you change something if you don't know what it looks like, right? How do you change something if you don't know what it looks like? Type in the chat, what do you think the mind looks like? What if you had to pick 1 or 2 words, type in the chat, what do you think the mind looks like? See, a lot of people have no idea what the mind looks like, and that's the problem. You know what your car looks like. If you want to change your car, well, you change your car, right? I have a Pinto and I want a Mercedes, right? It's very easy. If you're looking at the paint color in your bedroom, well, it's gray and I want to change it to blue. But when we talk about the mind, how do you change something when you don't know what it looks like? So type in the chat, what do you think the mind looks like, guys? And the beautiful part about today, this right here is the supercharged part of our presentation today. You want to really tune into this. You really want to pay attention. You want to listen to this over and over again. This right here is what we call a mind map. This is the mind map, and this was designed back in, I think, 1932. And it's an image of what the mind looks like. You have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious mind, and you have a body, right? A lot of things coming in, invisible, blank. The mind looks like energy. Well, what does energy look like? Invisible energy, right? What does it look like? How do we change it? Well, this is going to give you a good map to kind of look at and gauge where you're at, right? Conscious mind, subconscious mind, and body. And it's the subconscious mind that drives the body into action, what we call results. So this is the way most of you are probably programmed right now. And this is not your fault, by the way. We're born in ignorance. We're born in ignorance. Our parents are, more than likely, your parents were ignorant about wealth building. And we went to school and they're ignorant about wealth building, right? So we're born in ignorance, and most people stay in ignorance. And that's the generational problem, right? We're born in ignorance, we stay there. So we're programmed to have worry and doubt and negative thinking. Worry and doubt and negative thinking in the conscious mind. That has to suppress to and through the subconscious mind is fear. So if any of you have fear, this is where it comes from. Now, fear leads to anxiety. If anybody here has anxiety, I promise you, if you take the level up journey, you will lose anxiety. It won't make sense to you to have this anymore. Guys, type a 1 in the chat if you've ever had anxiety. I know I used to have it. I've had it before. Not really bad. I didn't have an abundance of anxiety, but I know people that get paralyzed by anxiety, absolutely paralyzed, even to the point of having what's next here is the physical form, right? Anxiety is the physical form of worry and doubt and negative thinking. I want you to think about this and look at this, right? Procrastination comes from worry and doubt and fear and anxiety, right? If you go to public speak and you freeze up and like, I'm not going to do that, that's because you feel anxious, and it's easier to just not do the thing, right? And stop having anxiety than it is to push forward. And this is what we teach, right? We teach you how to get past procrastination. Well, here's what happens with procrastination. It leads to dis-ease and depression, right? Human beings, we're born to create. We're literally born as success mechanisms. We're born to create, right? I'm on a MacBook Pro. I have my iPhone here. We're born to create. So if Steve Jobs was born to create, you were born to create. It's just that the system that we get put into, this school system, we're taught to get a job, and there's nothing wrong with jobs. I'm not here to beat up on anybody. I had a job for a while as an engineer, right? I went down the same road for about 43 years. But it wasn't until I met Bob Proctor and tuned into this information where I really got to the keys to the kingdom. And this is really the deal right here. It's the mind map. This is what most people are doing. Ignorance, worry and doubt, fear, anxiety, procrastination, depression. When we're working inside of Level Up with people, we're teaching you the knowledge. We teach you to think and act and operate just like Warren Buffett does. I want you to think about that. Right? For those of you that move forward with us, we're going to teach you to think and act and operate just like Warren Buffett does, just like a Jeff Bezos or an Oprah Winfrey, right? Or a Jim Carrey. All these people understand mindset training at a high level, right? So we have study and understanding. We have positive thinking. See, Warren Buffett doesn't get an idea about a company and then think about 100 ways why it won't work. He doesn't worry if it's going to work. He doesn't care what you and I think. All the stuff that most people are clouding their daily thought habits with. What if it doesn't work? What if I catch COVID? Right? It's impossible for me to catch COVID because I'm not a vibrational match for it. I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. I'm up here and it's down here. So think about this. Faith is not just a religious term. Faith is understanding. It's awareness. Right? When I started my software company, we set a goal of $21 billion. Think about that. And it was just me and 2 people. And we had nothing, right? No capital, no nothing. And fast forward a few years later, we're rocking and rolling. We're releasing the beta. We have a team of investors and a massive team of developers. And it came out of thin air because I had faith. I don't wonder if every day I'm not wondering if that's going to work. I have faith that it's going to work. Now, faith, like I said, it's not just a religious term. Faith is knowing without seeing, right? It's believing without the proof. And you have to switch to the side of faith if you ever want to be successful. There's no options here. You can't have fear and doubt and worry and succeed at a high level, right? So we teach you guys to get into a faith-based mindset, which produces acceleration, which is the body in motion, right? You guys have all seen this. Some of you guys are in real estate and network marketing. You see these top performers. This is how they're operating. Now, the thing with most of these top performers, they can't teach. They cannot articulate why they're so successful. This is like Warren Buffett can't teach you why he's successful. Neither can Elon Musk or Bill Gates. They're not experts in the mindset. See, we're experts in the mindset. We study the mind. Bob's been studying the mind for 60 years. He's been training me for half a decade now, and I study the mind every single day. Now, Warren Buffett is a lot more financially successful than me. I don't know his industry. I'm largely ignorant, well, not largely, I'm partially ignorant in his industry, but when it comes to the mindset, that's what we are experts in. All right, guys, so 95% of your success is mindset. And I want you to think about it. Take a look at this picture. Take a look at this picture. What does this represent to you? Type in the chat. Take a look at this picture. What does this look like? I mean, this guy, I found this picture on the internet, and to me, this is like, it says 1,000 words. It says 1,000 words. This guy is obviously confused. He's obviously not focused. Maybe he's thinking about multiple things. But type in the chat, guys, what does this look like to you? I get a lot of interesting comments on this one. A lot of people say confusion. A lot of people say chaos. What does this look like to you guys? Go ahead and type in the chat. Looks like a headache. Yeah, this is probably what a headache does look like. Think about that. Now, what Bob says is it's your head. You made it ache so you can make it stop, right? Looks like confusion. Absolutely, Sean. Stress, 100%. You guys got to realize this, most of the time, this is probably what you look like. Maybe not the face. This is the thought energy you're projecting out. If you're worrying, doubting, fearing, or if you're angry, if you have guilt, anxiety, any of these things, they're the opposite of creation. Well, I shouldn't say they're the opposite of creation. They're actually, you create negative things from a negative state of mind. Picture this guy. You know, let's say you're a network marketer. You're reaching out to people, and this is what your mind looks like. Who do you think you're going to attract? Like prosperous, successful people, or people that you got to like pump up and prod and try to motivate all day long, right? So we want to change your mindset, guys. Everything is mindset. And fear, doubt, and worry. See, worrying is like praying for what you don't want. I want you guys to write that one down. Worrying is like praying for what you don't want. People go to church on Sundays and pray for what they do want, and then the other 6 days of the week, they're worrying about the bills, about COVID, about their parents, about their job, and they're praying for what they don't want. So they spend very little time praying for what they do want, and almost all the time praying for what they don't want. Does that make sense, guys? Put a fire in the chat if that makes sense. We gotta stop the whole world from praying for what they don't want. You're just putting thought energy out towards what you don't want. That makes sense, guys? So take a look at this picture here. Obviously, these people are titans of industry. What does this picture represent to you guys? I put this little thing together. What does this picture represent to you guys? A lot of people say it represents success or happiness. I don't know the happiness level here. Steve Jobs, I don't think he was too happy. Very financially successful, very successful in business. But what does this look like to you guys? When you look at these pictures, what word comes to mind? Elon Musk, same thing. I think he had 2 nervous breakdowns already. He's creating a lot, but I can tell you there's one word that epitomizes these people here. What is that word? What does this look like to you guys? A lot of people say, like I said, success or happiness or titans of industry, billionaires. What does this picture look like to you guys? Confidence, faith. There you go, Scott. He hit it right off the head. Success. Yeah, like I said, success. I think Oprah Winfrey's successful. I think Bill Gates is. But Steve Jobs, I don't know. I mean, he was pretty miserable if you read up on him. He didn't have a good quality of life. But yeah, it's faith, right? This is the frequency of faith. If you get one thing from this webinar today, I want you to understand what faith is, right? Faith is a frequency of mind. It's a mindset. We're talking about mindset today, right? And faith is a mindset, right? It's 95% mindset and 5% physical. So think about that. You need to get into a faith-based mindset. And that's what happens when we work with people. So guys, look at this picture. This is how most of us are born. I want you to really think about this. You're born into a society, and then you're put into school, and you're being taught by somebody making $50,000 a year, a little math, little English, little science, little history. Now, it's not their fault, and I have the utmost respect for teachers. I really do, because they're working in a broken system. And most teachers get into teaching like, I'm going to change the system, and they get beat down over a period of decades, and they get forced to teach a curriculum that's not really doing much of anything. It's really not. Just look at the results. 97% of the people, I think, in the United States get to retirement age, they can't retire. So I just look at results. The system's broken. We're putting to these little confines, right? These little jars. Now, here's the deal. It's not your fault if you're stuck. It's not your fault if you're stuck. If you are not in front of this information, if you're not studying the mind, if you don't have a mentor, it wasn't my fault that I went 43 years without knowing this. And I was stuck. And I've had a great life. I'm not complaining, but I was stuck financially. I was not aware, right? Right? But it's going to be a choice to stay stuck. Think about this one. You're responsible for you. It's not your parents. It's not your spouse. It's not your job. It's you. You got to look in the mirror. It's not your fault if you're stuck up to now, but it's going to be your choice to stay stuck. Because we're going to give you the answers here, right? And it's also a choice to choose freedom. I love Richard Branson. To me, he represents exactly where I'm moving. You know, I think he's worth about $4 billion. My goal is $21 billion. But he's a philanthropist. He's a humanist. He's always helping people. He's creating companies. He's all over the world. He's got his own island. To me, it's like that's somebody that I want to model, right? But how did that happen? I mean, he almost went broke a couple times, right? But it's a choice to choose freedom. It's a choice. You have to make a decision. Today is mindset and decision. I can't do it for you. Maddie can't do it for you. We've made our choices. It's going to be up to you guys to choose and make choices to follow a system and a blueprint. And the one thing that Bob said, and this really stuck with me, he says in 85 years, he's never seen anyone achieve success without a mentor and a proven system. Think about that. He didn't say impossible, but he says in 85 years, and he's trained millions of people now, right? Either personally or in seminars or in videos, he hasn't seen anyone achieve success without a mentor and a proven system. I mean, that's the thing that happened with me, right? I hired Bob as a mentor. I spent over 6 figures so far and counting, right? Maddie's had mentors, right? Alex would never be successful. Grant would never be successful, not without mentors and systems. This guy would not be successful. This guy, right? He had Benjamin Graham. Warren Buffett had mentors. He probably still has mentors. Right? So nobody really achieves high levels of success without having mentors in a system, some kind of a roadmap, right? And we can mentor you guys in a proven system. That's what Level Up is. That will guarantee that you move towards freedom. I want you to think about this. We can mentor you and we can hold your hand in a proven system, right? Over 3 months, that will guarantee that you're moving towards that freedom. You free up your mind. And here's the baby again, right? We have a guaranteed formula. Guaranteed formula. If we take you at your current level of income, if I take me, right, plus a proven system, right? You need a blueprint to build a house. You need a blueprint to build wealth. You always need some sort of a map or a mind map or a guide. And we take that plus the mentorship, right? Look at the lineage of mentors. Right, this is not my opinion or Maddie's opinion or Bob's opinion or Earl's. It goes back to Napoleon Hill and Andrew Carnegie. Right, the system that we're teaching is going to equal where you want to be. That's a very simple equation. Think about that. Take you plus a blueprint plus mentors and time. You're gonna get what you want. It's just physics and science at that point. The only thing is, are you ready to do that? Are you ready to make a decision? Right? Working with a young gentleman, Patrick Cochran. I think about 2 years now. I've been working with Patrick for a while. First one-on-one, then we started working with this company. Same material we teach you guys, right? We brought him from $500,000 to $5 million in 12 months. And his new goal is 20 million, and his longer term goal is $1 billion. Right? So think about that. People from all walks of life. Good friend of mine, Jaleesa Medina, we worked with her, same information we teach in Level Up. Right? She was able to quit being a waitress. She wrote a book out of nowhere. She's going to write a series of books now, and she's earned more in a week than she's earned in a month. And guys, it's not about the money. I want to really say that. Sometimes people are like, oh, Brian is all about the money. I'm about the freedom and the lifestyle. Right? I'm down in Atlanta right now. We're traveling to Miami. We're going to be heading over to Colombia, out to Vegas. Like, create a life of freedom. That's what can happen for you, right? If you make a decision. And even my daughter, right? I mean, she was on the track, right? She went to high school and college, and she was going to be in traditional business. And then we taught her this information, the same stuff that's in Level Up, right? Millionaire by age 24. She's got her dream boyfriend. She moved to Atlanta. She got out of the winter, right? A lot of people, myself included, I've been bitching about winters for 20 years. It's like, you might think that I'd make a move, right? Well, that's what we're doing now. But when you put this information in front of people, they make decisions quicker, right? So we have all these people, and the difference is we took them from fear to faith. That's the only difference. You're born in a fear-based mindset, right? It's not your fault. We're born into a system. So what we got to do is unwire 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of virus code programming. And the way to do that is with repetition over time, following a blueprint. Right? So think about that. I want you guys to imagine, really imagine, releasing anxiety. Guys, like I said, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had anxiety. Imagine no more anxiety. What would that feel like? Having a calm, easy, effortless life. You don't have to grind and struggle. That's not the deal. You can work 14-hour days without grinding and struggling. I don't grind and struggle. I put a lot of hours in, but I'm calm, confident. I'm in comfy clothes right now. Got my little coffee, chatting with you guys, doing what I love. Doing what I love. Put some fire in the chat. Who would love to just do what you love and get paid for it? Right? Well, if that's the case, you can. You can do that. You can literally figure out what it is you love. That's why we have this roadmap. What is it that you love? And what would that be worth? Imagine 12 months from now, 24 months from now. I mean, even 5 years from now. What if it took you 5 years to go from where you are to doing what you love, earning 6, 7 figures a month, traveling the world? What if that took a transitional period? That's why we created this Level Up course. It's meant to be gone over and over again. Right? So I want you to think about that as we move forward. What would that be worth? And guys, there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being committed. I want you to think about that, right? Wishing and committed. Wishing for a thing is what most people do. This is why 97% of people can't retire. See, people that are wishing for a thing, they'll do whatever's convenient. They'll watch a webinar, oh, that was good, right? But when it comes time to commit some time to invest, it's not convenient anymore. Now, people that are committed, they do whatever it takes. I'm committed. Maddie's committed. I know I see Sean on here. I see a bunch of people. Lucy, Valine. These are all committed people. Committed people. So the difference is somebody who's committed will do whatever it takes. I mean, Valine has 2 kids. Like, she's pursuing her entrepreneurial dream. It's not always easy. You know, she could just go get a job if she wanted, but that's not her dream. That's not her goal, right? I want to find out today. Matter of fact, type a 7 in the chat. Who's committed? Go ahead and type a 7 in the chat. If you're watching today, if you're looking to make some breakthroughs, if you're looking to scale your business, if you're looking to grow, if you're looking to add multiple revenue streams, if you're looking to live in a perfectly healthy body, right? If you're looking to lose that anxiety, put some fire in the chat. Type a 7 in the chat. Who's committed to changing their lives? Because it's easy just to watch a seminar and, oh, that was good, and then just keep doing the same thing that you're doing, right? But we work with committed people. And guys, what I want to say to you is the Level Up system, this is a gift, right? This is such a low investment. It's under 2K. It's a 3-month system. It's a wealth building mastery program. And we're going to drop a link in the chat here for you guys to click on, right? But this is a proven blueprint. It's a 3-month home study system, right? It's at your own convenience. It's twice a day, every day, right? It's your own convenience, with coaching from myself and Maddie. Some of the stuff we've been talking about here, we take a much, much deeper dive, right? A much deeper dive into this. So it's a 3-month home study program, but we have 6 lessons that are designed to take you from where you are to where you want to be. That's really as simple as that. It's a blueprint. That's why it's not a weekend or a week. It's a 3-month program, but there's some other components, right? If you get lifetime access to the level up content, it's not 3 months and done. That doesn't work. This is why most programs fail, by the way. This is why most programs fail. So it's not 3 months and done. It's 3 months and you can repeat, repeat, repeat. It's a system that you can keep repeating. All right, guys, that makes sense? So we get lifetime access to the level up content. You also get lifetime access to the Matrix Wealth Mindset and the Level Up Facebook groups. These are communities where people are building. They're building and helping each other, right? We get the Mindset Masters daily live coaching. See, Level Up is a system. It's a system. We have some home-based study. We have daily live access to coaching, little tidbits every day to keep you moving. And that's on the Mindset Masters. So it's part of a system. We've thought long and hard about this. We actually combined some stuff from Bob, some stuff from some other mentors, and came up with a system that's guaranteed to get you where you want to go. And it also has weekly live interactive coaching webinars, right? So a lot of times people will buy a course and it's not enough because you're not held accountable. There's no live interaction. Guys, I don't know any other program in the world for 2K where you can get live weekly mastermind sessions with like-minded people. Think about that. A lot of times people are paying 10, 20, 30, 40,000 to get into any kind of a serious mastermind where you can interact with the coaches. So think about this, right? This is the level up system. This is what we're getting to you guys here today. And you're going to have some decisions to make. All right, guys, so I want you to imagine what your life would look like. I mean, I look back, I thank God. For me, I had to spend $30,000 for a week to start training with Bob. So it was a much different decision. And that's why we created this at a much more affordable level, right? I want you guys to think about that. What would your life look like? 12 months, 24 months? These are all pictures from my vision book, by the way. I have it literally right here, sitting on the side of me, right? That's one of the things we also teach in the program. But where do you want to be in a few years? Where do you want to be in 12 months, 24 months? We're going to dig a little bit more into mindset here. But I want you to think about that as we go. And we also, for the first 10 people that register, we reward decision. The first 10 people that register, you're going to get a free social media session with Maddie, one-on-one. She does these from time to time and absolutely blows people's businesses up. So for the first 10 people that make decisions and take action, you're going to get a free social media strategy session. And the link's in the chat there, guys. All right, so let me explain a little bit deeper and find out if you guys are willing. That's really the question. You're able. Everybody's able. That's not 20K, 30K. Every single one of you can figure that out. That's why we created that price point, right? It's affordable. It's doable. There's a payment plan. None of that stuff matters. It only matters if you're going to make excuses or make a decision to move forward, right? And the reason why I tend to punch and hit so hard with this is I don't want you to stay stuck, right? If you come to the webinar all week, and we have a day tomorrow too, if you come to this all week and you don't take action, your paradigm, you're just going to keep doing the same stuff. You're going to go back to your job. It's like, well, things aren't that bad. Things are going okay. And your paradigm kicks in, and then 10 more years goes by. That's why I tend to really hit hard when we're talking about working together. But guys, we all have mentors, guys. I told you that. None of the people in this picture ever did it on their own. I'm not doing it on my own. I still have mentors. We're about to drop 100K to train with Grant Cardone, and it's only for a day, right? So I'm always increasing my mindset. And you guys should be too. That's the keys to the kingdom. So this program we have is a very good entry to mid-level program to get the ball rolling. I mean, I remember the first time I invested in mentorship, like I was 43 years old. I'm like, it was such a foreign concept to me. I'm like, so I'm going to pay somebody to mentor me, because when you go to school and college, it's not how it is, right? But I promise you, all the people that are successful, we all have mentors. There's no shortcut to this. All right, guys. And again, we're looking at the mind map, and lesson 1 is called the success mechanism. We take a deep dive for 2 weeks, into your success mechanism. Understand this, guys. You have the exact same equipment that I have, that Maddie has, that Warren Buffett has, right? I mean, wouldn't that drive you crazy knowing you were born the same, but there was only very few small things that are keeping you stuck? Once you strip those away, you get the keys to the kingdom. You are a success mechanism. You got to understand that. And like I said, this is probably the biggest thing that unlocked Maddie's mind, right? When she went to school and college and went to school for business, when I sat her down and went through the mind map and the success mechanism, it unlocked everything. She says, oh, so I can do this too. I can do anything I put my mind to. And that sounds kind of cliche, We actually give a roadmap to that. So this is probably the strongest lesson that I think really freed Maddie's mind, is understanding the mind map. Lesson 2 is on goal setting. We did a little bit of goal setting here today, but again, it's not enough in a a 1 hour class to really get the science behind goal setting and goal achieving. And I told you, my good friend Patrick, him and I have been working together for a couple of years now. The goal setting was the biggest thing, and for him that was like week 1. He's like, holy cow, I didn't understand the science and the physics behind goal setting. And this guy has $1 billion dream now, and he's going to hit it. There's no reason he won't hit it, because he's studying in his mind, he's taking action, and he's studying in his craft every day, right? Lesson 3 is more about understanding fear and procrastination. See, guys, the only thing that stops people is a fear of what people think. You ever think about that? It's not fear in general. It's a fear about what other people think. Like, what if I try this business and it fails? You're not worried about failing. You're worried about your parents and your spouse and your friends and what everybody thinks about your failure. Really think about that for a second. So we teach you how to overcome that fear and procrastination. And there's probably no better example than my friend Kenny Coleman. He came to us at 23 years old. This dude sold his car to work with us. What you think about that? He was earning about $2K a month. I mean, everybody here, you're all earning more than $2K a month. I'd be surprised if anybody here is not earning at least $2K a month. But he knew that there was more to the picture. He knew that if he got some mentorship, right, in a proven system, that would help. And we got him to $5K in the first 4 weeks. And again, it's not about the money, guys. It's about what you can do with it, about the person you become. And Kenny has had 10K weekends. 10K weekends after 4 months of working together. So it doesn't matter if you're old or young. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. These principles work, and they're guaranteed to work over time. It's a repetitive thing. Lesson 4 is all about taking action. See, it's not enough, again, not enough to listen to this webinar and not do anything. It's not enough. You get it in your mind, but you need to put the body into action. And there's a gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. And one of the best examples I can have here is a good friend of ours now, Kenny Harless, and his wife, Honesty. They were already very, very successful. Very, very successful doctor, successful practice, successful everything, right? But we freed their thinking a little bit, and Kenny was able to sell his practice, basically retire. He's in a network marketing company, moved to Florida, right? Because they were in, I think, Michigan. They were in a very cold climate, and they're homeschooling their child. And that all happened in about a 2-month period, right? So we freed his paradigm around the thinking of, I'm a doctor. He says, you're not a doctor. That's just what you're doing for a living. And we showed him how to replace that income really quickly. And it's not about us, guys. I mean, Kenny and Honesty did it themselves. We just unlocked the doors. We just showed them the path and the mindset, right? None of this is about me or Maddie. It's all you. You have all the answers. You just don't know how to unlock them. I didn't know either, right? That's what we're showing you how to do here. So think about that. All these different people, all walks of life, all decided, right? They made a decision to push forward, and they changed everything about their life, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all of it. And lesson 6 is on self-image and leadership. I want you to think about that. There's probably no better image than this, or a person that I can think of, than Kathy McGee. She's a brilliant person. She's absolutely love this woman. And, she was sort of stuck in her paradigm, right? She had a business, a daycare business for about, I think, 25 or 30 years. And she wanted that life of freedom, right? She wanted to be able to travel, and she's working towards that now. But the self-image and the confidence was the biggest thing, right? The self-image and the confidence was the biggest thing. And now she's got 4 or 5 revenue streams and growing. She hired somebody to run the daycare. Like, she's leveraging out of the daycare, and she's literally living, moving towards that life of freedom. So again, it doesn't matter what age, it doesn't matter what industry, right? Doctor, daycare, network marketing, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. It only matters if you guys are going to make a decision and understand the mindset, right? And the final lesson here, guys, is probably the one that I use the most, the Mastermind principles. Now, for me, it was goal setting and Mastermind, right? I understood for the first time. I was used to doing things myself. When I had my construction company, I literally started by myself, building decks and roofing and painting houses and things of that nature. And I always would do stuff myself. And then I started hiring, electricians and plumbers, started building a business. But then I was being the general contractor myself, right? And I didn't have the principles of mastermind and building teams. Well, as soon as I got this lesson, that's where the software company came from. That's where the clothing company came from. That's where the consulting company came from. All these businesses came from the mastermind principles. And what we have in lesson 6 for you guys in the Level Up system is that. All right, guys, so this is a system. Now, decision, when I teach decision, right, that's what we're doing here. You decide to move forward, you decide to procrastinate. It's up to you. And either way, I mean, it's not going to matter to me and Maddie, but it is going to matter to you guys. Right? So right now, I mean, you're probably feeling a little uncomfortable. Like, am I really going to join this? Am I really going to click? Am I really going to drop 2K or whatever the payment system is? And this is what happens. You get a little anxiety in your body, right? You get a little anxiety in your body. This is exactly what happens. You go down the side of ignorance and worry and doubt. What if it doesn't work? You know, what if I buy the course and I don't do it? You know, what if in the wrong direction? And I want to say to you guys, that's your paradigm kicking in. Your paradigm is the set of mental programs, right, that's controlling all of your behaviors. These are programs in your subconscious mind that are going to stop you from being successful. Does that make sense? Now, when you get on the positive side of the equation, guys, you're going to waste more than $2,000 this year just on Dunkin' Donuts coffees. Do the math, right? People are, you know, going out to dinner, and we dropped, I don't know what we dropped last night because we didn't pay for it. My good friend Carl Madison did. I'm guessing it was probably had $500-600, maybe more on dinner, right? So think about that. Going out to eat, going to Dunkin' Donuts, you're literally going to waste more than 2K over the next year. So it's not the money, and it's not the time either. We all get the same amount of time. It's only decision based on faith, right? If this week has been resonating with you, then I would do it. Now, if you've been watching all week and you think I'm full of crap and this doesn't work, then don't do it, right? We're not here to coerce you into something. We're here to free your mind, right? That's why we call the company the Matrix. Take the red pill. But we're here to free your mind and your thinking. And the only way to do that is by following a proven system and a roadmap over time. Now, you're going to get a lot of value out of this week. There's no question. If you record this, you watch it again, there's free value. That's our gift to you guys. But if you want to work with us, if you're serious about improving your life, then I would click on the link. The link is in the chat here. We're dropping it a bunch of times. Click on the link, register for the event, register for the course. And like I said, the first 10 of you, I think we're probably already there. The first 10 of you are going to get one-on-one social media strategy sessions with Madison. So don't procrastinate, right? If it makes sense, click the link and do it. If it doesn't, like I said, don't do it. But think about this. The 1%, we make decisions very quickly. I remember when I was in I think it was a one-day seminar with Damon John. And at the end of the seminar, they said, listen, you can work with us one-on-one. It's $50,000. And there was no payment schedule for that. This is pay in full, right? And I just took out my Amex and 50 grand, boom. And I didn't even know that much of what I was going to get, but I do know that Damon John is a self-made multimillionaire. He's worth about $250 million. And I did know that we have a clothing company. So I'm not suggesting you do anything that I don't do. I'm suggesting if it resonates, then you want to click and join. If it doesn't resonate, don't do it. But the 1%, we make decisions based off of intuitions, the gut feeling, right? This is not a Tony Robbins course. This is based on science and physics. And again, there's nothing wrong with Tony. He's an amazing motivator. He's motivated millions and millions of people. He's impacted way more people than I have so far. But what he's teaching is surface level. What we're teaching is the core of how to change paradigms. Right, guys? So think about that. You're going to make a decision either way. You're going to make a decision either way. Let me think about it as a decision to procrastinate. This is what the masses do, right? Something resonates and they don't take action, then boom, the opportunity goes away. We're going to have a timeline on this too. This is not going to be open forever. We'll let you guys know what that is tomorrow. But we have an open cart for a little bit, a couple of days. But you're going to make a decision either way. You're going to watch this week and either do nothing, or you're going to watch this week and join us. But either way, you're making a decision. That makes sense? And this is the one thing I had to come to grips with. When I was working with Bob, he said, you're always making decisions. Waiting is a decision. You're deciding to procrastinate. And that's what the masses do. They don't act on intuition. Henry Ford acted on intuition. Steve Jobs, intuition. Bob Proctor, intuition. Me, intuition. Maddie, intuition. That's what we teach you guys to do. So whenever something resonates, you act on it. That's what decision is. And decision means to cut off, guys. It means, like Dacier, it means to cut off all other options. I want you guys to think about that, right? Because wealth, your success is 95% mindset and 5% what you do. And Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're correct. And we're teaching you the mindset of Henry Ford. We're literally teaching you the mindset of these people. These people make decisions. They don't screw around. They don't procrastinate. Decision, decision, decision. So when we say we teach decision, we give you an example to do it, right? It's not enough for me to blah, blah, blah all week long. It's up to you guys to make decisions. And that's what you guys got here today. So you can either think and act and operate like these people here, or you can bounce off the terror bear and go backwards into whatever it was, right? And guys, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I say the definition of insanity is watching these webinars all week long and not taking action. All right, guys, so that's my time here today. Hopefully you get some value out of the mindset, the mind map. Watch this over and over again, especially the section where I show you the mind map. That's worth its weight in gold. It really is. It's worth its weight in gold, guys. Tomorrow's going to be a really good day. Tomorrow is open Q&A. It says surprise here. But Maddie and I are coming on. We're going to answer business questions, mindset questions. You can access us for free tomorrow, all day, not all day, for an hour, and we'll answer your questions. We'll get in some live interactive chats, and whatever questions you have, whether it's, how do I manifest the money, or if you have business questions, social media questions, you can come to tomorrow and we'll answer those questions. So make sure you guys are coming to tomorrow. Bookmark that. It's been my absolute honor and pleasure to serve you guys today. Until tomorrow, be well and God bless. We'll see you guys soon.